Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Myself Nilesh Hadagi here and you're watching Techie Programmer. So today in this video we are going to learn about the Python statements, multi-line statement, what are comments and indentations in Python. So let's get started. First of all, what is a Python statement? Instructions that a Python interpreter can execute are called statements. For example, if a equals to 1 is an assignment statement, and if statement, for statement and while statement, etc. These are kind of statements that are usually used in the programming languages. And if you are familiar with some different programming languages, then you are already known to these keywords. So coming to the multi-line statements, like you write a code and there are a number of lines. So let's get started. First, let me just open up my ideally, search for ideally here. Okay, here we have our ideally. Then let me just create a new file. In order to create a new Python file, you just need to go on the file, create on new file, and you can just hit command N or just try for Windows N for Windows. Then here, this is the page where you write your code. And in order to save this, you're just gonna go to save option here, and you are going to just navigate where you want to save it. Let me just save it on the desktop, and then you need to write a file name. That is, for example, I will write it as main, right? Then the format is .py. Okay, let me just hit OK. So now here you can see it is located at the desktop main p.py. Okay, so let me just open up. We are not going to run any of the code, but still this is the way we create the Python file or the project. Then coming back to a multi-line statement, if you're still not familiar what does a multi-line statement mean, this is an example for the multi-line statement, wherein you can see this is a whole lot, a single line of code, but we are writing this down into a multiple lines. So we are using this operator. Don't worry about what operators we are using here. This is just a basic idea that I'm giving is we can write the multiple statements into a single line, and the single or the multiple line statement can be written in a single line, or vice versa. So what we're going to do, this is a multiple line statement, for example, and if you want to write a multiple line statement, you can do is just, if you get rid of this, and you can just enclose them into brackets like this. So it just means that this whole is one single set, one single line. So you can just use this, or you can use a square bracket, you can use a curly braces, anything. Then for another example would be like this. Okay, so this is another example for multiple line. You can see there is a red, blue and green. Sorry, this is a list of colors and that we are assigning to a color. Don't worry about what is the list. We will be studying that in detail in the further upcoming videos. So you can see we have these multiple lines assigned to a single variable. So this is the way a multiple statement works, and this is just an assignment. And here you can see the multiple statement in a single line, like okay. So you can see there are three multiple variables, that is one a, b and c. Three variables have been assigned with the three different values in a single line. You can do this on a line by line basis, or you can just do it in a single line like this, that is a equals to 1 and b equals to 2 and c equals to 3. Here this semicolon works as termination, wherein it terminates this as a end line here, and it just means that this is the end of this assignment. Okay, so this is how what actually mean of a multi-line statement and a single line statement. Now coming back to the indentation is something like space. It's kind of a bracket wherein we use in C programming and all, we use a curly braces in order to make sure the code is inside the certain loop and all. So in this Python we are making use of indentation, wherein let me just drag the snippet here to explain. Let me just get rid of this if we are done with the multiple statements. So here you can see this is an example for, where this is a for loop and this is the condition. Then we are not actually writing this print directly after the for statement, and we are writing it after a count of 4 spaces. You can just see that 1 2 3 and 4. This is just a indentation, wherein we are what we are going to do is just write the block. We are just making it a block type of code. There, wherein like here we have four blocks. It just comes so that the print statement come under the for loop. So here the print is under the for loop and the if statement is under the for loop. But whereas in the break statement, because here we can see after if there is a four blocks of space, it just means that this break statement is also under if statement, and if statement is under for statement, but the break is not directly related with the for. So this is how the Python indentation works. And let me take another example here. This is the next snippet. So here you can see if the condition is true, where we have already written is it's true, then if this condition satisfies, then what it does is it checks for the block. What should we do if it is true? Then it comes down, it looks for indentation of 4. Then here we can see it just prints hello and assigns the value 5 to assigns the value a 5 to the variable a. So here this is how the indentation works in Python, and this is very necessary when we are dealing with multiple cases like if, else if, and like nested statements. So what are comments? Now coming to the Python comments. Comments are something that are written in our for our documentation purpose. Like just the user an idea, and a programmer an idea about what actually the code does. For example, if this code prints hello, then he can write a single line statement with the help of a hash. Let's press hash, and then you can write your statement like this program prints hello. This gives an basic idea what the program does. If your documentation is too big, or we just call it as a doc string. So what we multiple line comment, we just call it as a doc string. So you can do is three double quotations, and you can write your comment that is this is multi line. Okay, the next we are just going to terminate this comment with, here you can see now this whole lot of thing is in green color, that it just means that it is a comment and it won't be executed in your executional process or the program execution. This is just for your documentation purpose, and the rest of the code has turned its color back to the original. Just it means that the comment starts here at this point and it ends at this point, and rest of the thing is your code. So that's it for today. If you like my content, please do like, share, and subscribe. And if you are new, you can just go and check my technical page on Instagram. That is Techie Programmer, but the same name this channel has. So there you can find some small mini project ideas, wherein if you are Python intermediate programmer, then there are a lot of simple codes that you can plug into your projects and make it more beautiful. That's it for today. Stay tuned. Thank you.